struck him out. Boats in, baby! Let's play!
Happy Friday to you as we get ready for first pitch. Marco Gonzalez and the Mariners taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports Crew. Here we go. Marco in pursuit of his 6th consecutive win. First pitch. In there for a called strike one to Randall Grichuk. Home plate umpire tonight, Mike Malinsky out of Tacoma. Mike Winters at first. Jansen Visconti at second and Tim Timmons at third. Marco has been on quite a run. The Kansas City went 9, beat the Angels, went 6. That was here. At the Angels went 7 for a win. White Sox 6 1/3 here for a win, and at the Angels again for 6 innings. Rick foul. So he has made it a habit going at least 6 innings in these last 5 victories that he's had. What a best run he's ever been on.
And he's been efficient, which has really been a key for them. If you look at his last 3 outings, 90 pitches, 84 pitches, 82 pitches, again trying to keep his innings down.
And that finds an open hole there. Grichuk out of the box hard, and he'll get a 2-base hit. Hit them where they ain't, and that's what he did. A double for Grichuk to start the ball game, his 19th 2-base hit. Take a look at the rest of the batting order for the Blue Jays.
Jays 13th in average in the American League. Randall Grichuk, yeah, he hit a double, but you have to keep him in the ballpark. 14 home runs for the leadoff hitter. Kendrys Morales hitting cleanup with his 13th home run last night. Kevin Pillar will round out the 9 for the Jays.
First man reaches. Here's Devin Travis, 1 for 4, a couple of runs batted in last night, batting in a 9-hole. Had a 2-run single in the second inning that tied it up after Nelly put the Mariners ahead. A 2-run mega blast into the upper deck in left field. So Travis batting second tonight, 9th last night. Grichuk was in the 2-hole last night. Sharply hit, base hit left field. Grichuk coming around, he's going to score, and the Jays have a 1-0 lead in a blink. RBI for Travis, he's 27th.
And it's on a cut fastball, 88 miles an hour. Jams him just a little bit out of the reach of Segura, diving effort, trying to keep it on the infield. And for Marco, a 3.37 ERA, looking for his 13th win. 111 strikeouts and 125 2/3. Opponents hitting .256 against Marco.
Time called by Zunino as Justin Smoke, former Mariner, steps in. 1 for 5 with an RBI last night. Swing first pitch. D comes to get it. Take the out at first. 1 out with Travis moving to second.
Look at the defense for the Mariners. Guillermo Heredia with the left-hander on the mound will get to start in left field, Maben in center. Did have D. Gordon in the lineup. They weren't sure after twisting his ankle last night. Mike Zunino will do the catching.
See D back in the lineup. See how his lateral movement will be today, but see how it might affect his run game in terms of base stealing as Morales looks at a breaking ball, strike 1. 2-run homer last night. Boy, that was a killer in the 7th inning against Juan Nicasio.
And that was hitting left-handed, switch hitter for Morales. Been hot lately.
Marco's ahead of him 0-2. Morales with 13 homers, 38 runs batted in.
Well, Marco, his average fastball 90, cutter, curveball, changeup.
Teoscar Hernandez on deck. He's coming off a just a cutthroat game last night. 4 for 5. He had 3 doubles. Shown quite brightly for this Blue Jay ball club. 0-2 to Morales. Jason Bradford was just sent out and is recalled with Nicasio. Put on the DL with a right knee. Soreness. Nino blocks it. That win last night by the Blue Jays, just the 9th against American League West opponents, 9-18 record. Meanwhile, the Mariners against the American League East are 15-10. Boston's already beaten the Yankees. Porcello complete game, 4-1 Boston. Gonzalez right up there with the leaders in wins in the American League. Swing and a miss. Fine pitch to get out number 2.
Well, that was the changeup. A couple of curveballs, able to pick up a strike on the curveball that puts him away with a changeup off the plate. So he'll turn this changeup over, running away. Big strikeout. There's a grip of the circle change. See the ball spinning sideways.
Tremendous success with that pitch this year for Marco Gonzalez. Here's Hernandez, 4 for 5, 3 doubles last night, batting in the 6th spot. Ball 1.
And you mentioned the Boston Yankee game. Porcello retired the last 21 batters he faced.
Oof.
Really throwing the ball well.
Talking to some Toronto people. So you guys get in the wild card. The team you want to play is the Yankees because they strike out a lot, and Sanchez is a liability behind home plate to get your run game going. At Boston, that's another story, which we have found out. 1-1, the count to Hernandez, 2 outs, a run and runner at second. Marco taking a lot of time. Hernandez was granted time by home plate umpire Mike Malinsky. Mariners on a 3-game losing streak. Second time they've lost 3. They've got 2 4-game losing streaks under their belt. They'd like to stop this thing right now. Malinsky making a call there on Hernandez. 1-2 the count.
Marco, one of the big keys for him this year is he really will mix it up. And right here in the first inning, we've seen the good changeup. He also has a good curveball, so off-speed pitches are working for him.
Here we go, 1-2. Swing and a miss, got it. So a leadoff double, an RBI single, and a runner stranded. That's all they'll get in the first. 1-0 Blue Jays with the Mariners coming to bat. Rendell Grichuk got it going for the Blue Jays to start this ball game. Now let's see what his opposite number D. Gordon can do for the Mariners to generate some offense. It's been a struggle lately, a lot of scuffling in that batting order. Here's a look at it.
Tonight's starting line is brought to you by Jack in the Box. D. Gordon will lead things off. He had a stolen base last night and scored a run. 26 stolen bases on the year. That leads the American League. Nelson Cruz, the DH and cleanup hitter. 2 home runs in last night's game. He now has 28 home runs on the season. Cameron Maben will hit 8th in the lineup today. He's picked up a base hit in his first 2 games with the Mariners. For Barucki, so far 2.83 ERA, an 0-2 record, but he's really pitched well in 35 innings. He has 28 strikeouts. Opponent's hitting .279, and he has yet to give up a home run.
Waiting for a ball to get cleared out of right field. And Barucki wearing the number 56, worn by his guy growing up, Mark Burley, finished up his career with Toronto. First pitch to D in there for strike. D over his last 25 games dating back to the 1st of July, hitting .310. Just no homers and just 2 runs batted in.
For Barucki, his average fastball 92 miles an hour. Best off-speed pitch is a changeup. He'll occasionally mix in a slider.
Tell you what, the guy's going to have to pull a page out of Denard Span tonight to slow this kid down. He wants to roll fastball, curveball rather, fouled off. Working quickly. How many times did you step out on Burley? I mean, that dude, he was the fastest guy going, what, 15 seconds or less?
Well, without question, you would see guys do it all the time to him. But you know what? It didn't seem to bother him.
Smokey just got there. So D's wheel's pretty good going straight ahead.
It took him a little bit longer to slow down, but running to first base, he seemed fine. Yeah, we saw him working out early this afternoon. Rob Nodine was with him, the trainer, and by about a half a step. He was putting him through the paces, and he seemed fine. Probably a little bit sore. It will be taped up.
Here's Segura. An oddity for Gene. Last 2 nights, 0 for 4, 0 for 5. Just the 4th time going 0 for in back-to-back games this season. Hit .250 in the month of July. 2 home runs, 6 runs batted in.
He's in a hitter's count. Let's see if he can get a fastball. Opponent's hitting .310 off of Barucki in his fastball this year.
3-0. Barucki 6'4", 175, 24 years old. And he's going to face Mitch Haniger next.
Span had been hitting third lately, but with the left-hander on the mound, Span getting the night off. Haniger moving back up to hitting third.
Span went into last night a .414 hitter, batting third. Went 0 for last night, 0 for 4. Gene to left center field. Hernandez right there for out number 2.
The defense for the Jays. Kevin Pillar just activated off the disabled list. He will get the start in center field. Diaz and Travis playing up the middle. And Russell Martin, the veteran, will do the catching this evening.
Pillar, big fan favorite. He went out for warm-ups, got a tremendous roar from the Blue Jay fans. They've seen highlights of him on almost a nightly basis, him flying through the air, making catches in the gaps and up against the wall. Here's Haniger. Breaking ball for a strike.
For Barucki, this is his 7th start on the year, and has really pitched well in all of his outings except for one, and that was against the Red Sox. Gave up 4 earned runs in 3 innings. There's the changeup.
Haniger in his last 5 games, 5 for 16, .313 average, no homers and a ribby. Scott Servais said he had a nice conversation with him. He said Mitch is his own best batting coach. He told his skipper, I think I figured something out. And he has been getting on base, been taking his walks. On base percentage has been improving, picking up.
Had a couple of hits last night. That's a good sign.
He's 3-1 here. Popped it up. Smoke taking charge. Easy inning for Barucki. 1-2-3 go the Mariners, who trail 1-0 as we go to the 2nd inning. Ready to belt out the lyrics to some of your favorite songs with thousands of fellow Mariner fans at Sing Along Fireworks Night. It's presented by T-Mobile. It all takes place Friday, August 17th. The Dodgers will be in town, and after the Mariners host those Dodgers at 7:10, that's when all those fireworks will begin. Great seats remain at mariners.com. So Marco Gonzalez, first inning, came off the leadoff double, an RBI single, then went ground out, 2 strikeouts. He's got Russell Martin here, veteran catcher. Tough year at the plate for Russell, hitting just $190 with 9 homers and 22 runs batted in.
Or Marco in the first inning had an excellent changeup, pretty good curveball. Leadoff double was right off the end of the bat down the first baseline. A little bit unfortunate for Marco. There's the curveball for a strike. Quickly ahead.
It'll be Martin, Aledmus Diaz, and Brendan Drury, 6, 7, and 8 in the order. Strike 3 called. Good paint job. 3 consecutive strikeouts from Marco. 1 down here in the second.
And this has been an important pitch, one of the best pitches for Marco Gonzalez, Primera Supermo. That is a cut fastball, and he will take that cutter, started off the plate away. The hitters typically give up on it, and he can find the outside corner for a strike, and he typically will do that with 2 strikes on the hitter.
There's Diaz, came off the bench in last night's game, 9th inning, hit a 2-run homer. There are his numbers in 79 games, swing and a miss. Talk about that deception on that pitch. That's pretty. That and his changeup.
Well, I think that the biggest thing, that I'll go all the way back to late April and talking to Scott Service about him and his changeup. Scott asked me, what do you think his best pitch is? I said his changeup. He goes, yes, it is his changeup. He said, but he has to use all of his pitches, and that's when he started throwing his curveball more. He would use it every now and then. And his curveball has really become a weapon, and now his cutter, he doesn't throw it just to throw it. He picks his spots for it, and basically using all of his pitches has been a big change for him, but his changeup has always been good, and the biggest reason why is he keeps his arm speed up on it. Another easy ground ball for Segura.
Took his time and then gunned it over there to get Diaz 2 down.
And because he's throwing his curveball now, it's another weapon. The team wants to be aggressive. You'll typically see him throw the curveball early in counts to try to slow them down. They'll take it for a strike. And if he has 2 strikes, he can bounce it when he wants to. But his command of all of his pitches, including his fastball, has been excellent.
And ergo, he's got a 5-game win streak. 1.57 ERA, and opponents hitting 198 in that span. It's Brendan Drury, former Diamondback and Yankee. Exit ball 1.
Well, even right now, you look at him at 24 pitches, 18 strikes. You think, oh, that's pretty good throwing strikes. Well, it is, but it's also the quality of those strikes, and he is on the edges at the bottom of the zone. He can elevate a fastball with 2 strikes when he wants to try to get you to chase. Great command.
And that's imperative if you're not blowing 98, 99 like some of these other guys we see out here, like was it Cole and Morton and Paxton, guys like that. Guys pitch.
He is, but because he's able to use his changeup and his curveball so often and really mixing him in with everything else, when he throws his fastball at 90, 91 miles an hour, has a little extra life to it.
1-2. It makes that much of a difference to the hitter, right?
It makes a big difference to the hitter, and it's one of the things that Scott talked about, and that is don't save anything, use everything right away. And he has been so efficient, throwing a lot of strikes, working, as you mentioned, at least 6 innings, and that's with him trying to hold his innings down. But he can get through 6 innings on 80, 82 pitches his last couple of times out.
Strike 3 called. He knew it too. Drury tips his cap. That's 4 strikeouts from Marco, 2 in each of the first 2 innings, down 1-0. going through some maneuvers in preparation for Seafair. They always put on a spectacular show. You may want to put on those noise-canceling headphones on your real young kids. This was shot from Safeco Field today. They are impressive. Here's Mr. Cruz. Nelly here on the homestand, 4 for 15, 3 of those hits, home runs. Prodigious home run, upper deck in last night's game.
Also had a home run out to right field, going opposite. 28 home runs on the year for Nelson.
Two and one. Cruz, Seager, and Healy, middle of the order. 4, 5, and 6 coming up. 1-0 on a first inning Devin Travis RBI single. 2-1. Little off.
And that's the changeup. One of the keys to the game was to try to get his changeup in the strike zone. This is his 7th start, and you look at the scouting report, he gets a lot of swings at his changeup off the plate.
Off the fist, shortstop Diaz throws out Cruz. There's one away here in the Mariners' second. The Mariners in EQC, they celebrate they salute Native American Night at Safeco Field on the 21st of August. Mariners will be hosting the Astros again. That's a 7:10 first pitch, first 10,000 fans, 21 over. They're going to get a Mariners cap, plus all fans can arrive, who arrive early. Going to see a pregame performance. So get your tickets. Get them now. Mariners.com. Kyle Seager, second day back after the birth of third child, Emlyn, and he rips this one down into the corner. Extra bases for Kyle Seager. Boy, he's going to be key if the Mariners are going to get hot again. That's a great sign. His 25th double, and yet another base hit off the lefty.
Kyle picked up a base hit last night, his first night back, and a great sign it is for Mara Supermo. And the reason why it's a great sign is not just because it's a double, but it's a fastball on the inside corner, and he didn't miss it. So for Kyle, able to cover the fastball in the inner half of the plate has always been a real strength for him. And part of the problem this year, talking to Edgar, is covering that fastball in the inside part. So that's a good sign, getting the barrel to it and keeping it fair.
Brings up Ryan Healy. But a tough go for Ryan his last 6 contests, just 1 for 22. He's looking to turn things around. Kyle Seager saying, listen, I'm not on social media or anything like that, but we know what's going on. Nelly's the only guy that's been hitting. But there's no sense of panic in here like there is maybe on the outside with fans. That's the kind of attitude. And that's, you know, veteran guys, that's what you would expect. But very happy. He said 3rd time around having a child. It's like, hey, I've done this before. This is pretty cool. I know what to do this time around. I said, yeah, as opposed to the first time. We've all been there. Broken bat ground ball is going to advance Seager to 3rd with 2 outs. Travis throws out Healy. So 2 outs. Seager at 3rd. Brings up Mike Zunino. Mike in his last 9, he's picked it up. 9 for 32, 281, a homer, and 4 runs batted in.
We talked a lot about Nelson for good reason, but Mike has also been swinging the bat much better lately, which is a good sign. The Mariners trying to score 4, 4.5 on average this year, and the bottom third of the lineup is a big part of that. Look at the last 6 games for Mike, hitting .364 with a home run, and Mike obviously with his power can help out as far as the runs go.
Right field coming on is Grichuk. He's there. That'll do it. Runner stranded at 3rd as we go to the 3rd. 1-0 Jays. pursuit of his 13th victory, 6th consecutive victory. He's trailing 1-0, but he's already in 2 innings, tracked up 4 strikeouts. Using the entire arsenal as he's about to finish his first time through the lineup against the Blue Jays. We're 13th in batting, 8th in runs, 6th in home runs.
A couple of strikeouts looking, a couple of them swinging. Seen a good cut fastball from him. His changeup has been excellent here this evening. Mixing in his curveball enough.
Kevin Pillar, the center fielder, leads off. First pitch strike.
9 batters, 6 first pitch strikes for Gonzalez.
Maybe a couple of steps towards right for center fielder. Off the glove of Segura. That's defensive. Had a few shoddy plays the last few games. And he's 6. Time now for a CenturyLink What's Next. Marco Estrada, he goes against James Paxton. Big Pax, the Big Maple, seeing Toronto for the first time since his no-no back in May. So the Canadian fans, a lot of them have come down from British Columbia. Big Pax, one of their own from Ladner. See how they react. Here we go, second time through the order. Grichuk double down the first baseline into the right field corner. Well, Segura with the error, his 14th, as Pillar at first base. Slow roller. Fortunate to get one. That's a fool. He had to come off the bag. Nice play by Healy to save further damage, but a fine effort by Kyle Seager.
That'll be an infield hit.
Do or die play.
So a couple of runners on for the Jays as Kyle makes the barehanded play. Had to get rid of it quickly.
Smart play by Healy. Come get it.
Just some weak contact so far here in this inning.
There's Travis. Base hit to left. Scored the first run. Strike one to Devin. Travis has put up some numbers against the Mariners. Season series 2-2.
Been much better against left-handed pitching.
Marco ahead here. 0-2. Got to be careful with Travis. Been productive lately, a 293 clip over his last 20 ball games. Good crowd tonight. Expected to be 30,000, maybe a little bit more. 0-2.
Into the changeup.
You got family out here tonight?
Not tonight. No.
Nope. They got a fan. That's nice to see. How many of those jerseys still in circulation?
Not many, I'm sure. I have a few hanging in the closet, and that's about it.
There's the 0-2 pitch to Travis. Couple of men aboard, nobody out. Swing and a foul tip right into Zunino's glove. A needed strikeout, the 5th for Marco. One down here in the 3rd.
That was a good elevated fastball. Might have even been the cutter. It was a cut fastball above the belt. Doesn't do that a lot, but from time to time, 0-2, 1-2, he will try to throw a fastball at the top of the zone. Again, his average fastball this year right around 90 miles an hour, but he'll touch 92 from time to time.
Got to be careful here with Smoke with 17 home runs. Strike one to Big Smokey. StatCast AI, powered by AWS. 17 home runs for Smoke. and Solarte lead the club with that number. Mendez with 16 right behind him. Here's the 0-1. Keeping an eye on Pilar. He's got good speed. He's got 11 stolen bases. Don't forget tomorrow the player cast. Mike, Dan Wilson, Ryan Roland Smith. Talk baseball tomorrow. I'll be over on the radio side with Gary Hill. The 0-1. That was a good pitch.
Another good cutter. It's been a valuable pitch for him. And again, with the off-speed pitches, the change-up and the curveball that he has, the riding fastball at 90, 92 miles an hour, and then the cutter at 87, 88, right underneath his hands. The key to it is you have to locate, and he can throw the cutter on either side of the plate.
When you talk about locate, don't leave it middle, right?
Exactly.
It's going to get hurt. 0-2 pitch. Infield at double play depth. 1-2 pitch here to Smoke. Ball 2. Fourth year in Toronto for Justin Smoke. They had the All-Star team last year. 38 home runs, 90 runs batted in. Comes the 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 call.
He didn't like it, but that is a strike. EQC Tracer has it on the outside corner. It's a quality pitch, and again, it is the cutter. Another strikeout looking. 6 strikeouts for the game, but 3 of them looking, and all of them on the cutter. Started off the plate away. The right-handers will give up on that pitch, and he will run it on the outside corner.
Still not out of the woods. 2 outs, 2 on. Here's Morales. He struck out on a 1-2 pitch. Strike 1. Morales with 13 home runs. Switch hitter. Two of his 13 home runs coming from the right side. Here's the 0-1. A little bit outside, says Mike Malinsky.
I think he just wanted to show him the fastball. If he hits the outside corner, that's fine, but if you miss off the plate, speed him up a little bit. That fastball at 91 miles an hour. Weak contact on the changeup.
A lot to like about what Marco Gonzalez did after an E6 and a soft ground ball. Comes back with a couple of strikeouts and another ground ball. 1-0 Blue Jays. Telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Great conditions for Major League Baseball tonight here in Seattle. 1-0 lead for the Blue Jays. Down to the third baseman, Drury, and Maben with that speed beats it out. Cameron Maben in E5.
Yep.
Generally a routine play for Drury. And
it's on the exchange. No problem catching it. Trying to regain his balance, and on the exchange, he just drops it.
So Maben with plus speed, he's aboard, and that brings up Guillermo Heredia.
The Jays will make some mistakes in the field. They are 13th in fielding percentage. The Mariners can take advantage of that.
Drury way in at third for Heredia. Took ball one. Guillermo, Wednesday, and last time swung the bat, 2 for 4. Maybe a long strider at first base. There's a pitch in the dirt, 2-0. Heredia to be followed by D. Gordon as we get back to the top of the order. This is Ryan Baracki. Wandolene, Illinois, his hometown, 0-2 record. There's a solid smash center field right at Pilar. So 1 away. And that'll bring up D. Gordon second time. D grounded out to first. Open up the home first.
It is great to have him in the lineup. Twisting his ankle last night. Did not look good at all. In fact, he had to come out of the game. Andrew Romine went into the game for him. So I really didn't think we'd see him in the lineup today, but all the treatment, some tape, he's ready to go.
Tough guy. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Get today off, see him tomorrow afternoon for sure.
Right.
Tomorrow night. Saturday night game, Sunday afternoon. Foul tip. It's 0-2. Scott Brocious going through the signs at third. Chris Prieto, coach at first. Outfield shallow and tilted heavily towards the line and left. Ground ball to Diaz. They go to Travis. They go to Smoke. A 6-4-3 twin killing. Mariners are done in the third. 1-0 Toronto. Jay scored first as we get to the fourth inning here at Safeco Field. Gorgeous night. A lot of fans here in attendance at the ballpark. So take a look at our IBEW Nika investing in our future. How about Joey Curletta? AA Arkansas, the Travelers in 102 games, 306, 21 bombs, 79 ribbies. OPS of 949. Ring it up, big fella. Leads the Texas League. Good numbers. Congratulations.
It's quite a year. Marco Gonzalez has given up the 1 run, but he also has 6 strikeouts. Really throwing the ball well. His fastball's topped out at 92 miles an hour.
For a young man, pitching like an old soul out there, isn't he?
I think again we've talked about it with Marco, just how coachable he is, and he has some pretty good examples. Talk about Wade LeBlanc and Mike Leake, guys that aren't going to overpower you, but just know how to pitch and get people out. And he certainly has paid attention. And he listens. Mel Stottlemyre has done a wonderful job with him.
He understands his craft. There's no doubt. Ball and 2 strikes at a free swinging Teoscar Hernandez. Struck out on a 1-2 pitch first time, and he gets him again.
That was on the cutter.
7 strikeouts for Marco Gonzalez. 1 down here in the 4th. Meet Mitch Haniger. You know, you got less than a week left to donate to Fred Hutch. For your chance to meet the Mariners star right fielder, visit fredhutch.org/give. Big salute to the folks, cancer researchers at Fred Hutch. Magnificent work they turn in and day out. Strike 1 to Russell Martin. He took a called 3rd strike his first time up.
Look at the pitch usage for Marco Gonzalez this year. He'll throw his fastball 34%, his cutter at 20, curveball at 23, changeup at 23%. So just equal play across the board. It's so difficult as a hitter if you can't, 1, eliminate pitches because he can throw them all for strikes, and 2, just sit on a pitch. It's just so difficult the way he mixes it up. Really good feel. I think part of it for Marco too that has helped him is he was a good hitter. He understands that part of it, and I think he looks at swings, he watches the way hitters swing the bat, and he takes advantage of that also.
Foul ball back up this way, 1 and 2.
Certainly doesn't hurt to have Mike Zunino behind the plate framing pitches for him. He's typically around the strike zone. 49 pitches, 37 strikes, 15 batters, 12 first pitch strikes.
Gotta like this. Here we are in the 4th inning. He's got 7 strikeouts, his career best 9 back on the 14th of September, 4 years ago, when he was with the Cardinals against Colorado.
Just missed with a changeup at the bottom of the zone.
Becomes a 2-2. Russell Martin, veteran catcher.
Pretty good pitch.
And Mike Lewinsky's right arm, did you see it? Went up about 2 degrees. Then he thought about it. Full count.
That was the cutter again.
Fly ball deep to left. Trouble. Going back, and it is gone. Through 1 center cut. Russell Martin tattooed it. His 10th home run, 23rd RBI, 2-0 Toronto.
Marco not happy about it. A long stare at the home plate umpire for the ball left because he thought he had the strikeout on the pitch before, and he probably should have. But instead, it's a cut fastball, 3-2 count. Didn't want to walk and leaves it in the middle of the plate. And for Russell Martin, his 10th home run on the year. There's the cutter at 87. Just missed his location. Marco looked as if he knew it right away, and he was not happy about it at all.
But he could put Martin away on a 3-2. He's got Diaz here. Down 2-0. That's the 4th hit for the Blue Jays. Fly ball. Medium center field. Here's Maben making the catch. DeMarco Gonzalez riding a very, very hot streak into this game. Look at that, a 1.57 ERA, 31 strikeouts over 5 walks, and about 98 batting average against. Tonight he's got 7 strikeouts. Just gave up a home run. He's given up 2 runs on 4 hits. 2 outs, nobody on. Here's Brendan Drury. Took a call at 3rd strike. Segura on the backhand. Long throw. Just got him. Home run by Martin expands the Toronto lead to 2-0. When we get back, it'll be Segura, Haniger, and Cruz. If he had only gotten a strike before that pitch. And so it goes in baseball. 2-0 Jays. August 17th through the 19th, the Mariners welcome the reigning NL champion LA Dodgers to Safeco Field for a weekend slate. See a star-studded series that includes Clayton Kershaw, Matt Kemp, Nelson Cruz, James Paxton, and more. For tickets, visit Mariners.com. Be our first look at Manny Machado in a Dodger uniform. Justin Turner, he just came back last night. Here's Gene Segura. See if the offense crank it up, boys.
First time through the lineup, the Mariners with just one hit. It was a double by Kyle Seager.
Segura, Haniger, and Cruz here against Ryan Borucki. Gene behind 0-2. He flied out left field on a 3-1 pitch.
Borucki pitching to the scouting report, staying with the fastball at times at the top of the strike zone, changeup, and an occasional breaking ball.
And Gene went out, got that, fouled it off.
Been a key for him, Borucki, this year, is his changeup off the plate, and that's exactly where the last pitch was at, 83 miles an hour. But turn it over a little bit, run it away from the right-handed hitter.
Talking to John Gibbons about it before the game, he said he was very impressive against Houston. The fly ball left field. Hernandez settling under. Said he was very poised against that full-strength Houston lineup, and ditto against the Yankees. Get Sounder Train and Link Light Rail tickets right to your phone. Paying is easy with the Transit Go Ticket app. One out here in the Mariners' fourth, down 2-0. First inning of Devin Travis single scored Randall Grichuk, who opened the game with a double down the right field line. And a one-out homer in the fourth by catcher Russell Martin. Here's Mitch Haniger. Popped up the first. Hits this one hard. A friendly hop to Diaz. High throw, errant throw off the glove of Smoke.
He should get second base.
And he is. First base umpire Mike Winters did not hesitate. You get second base.
Well, mentioned it with the Jays and their struggles this year in the field. 13th in fielding percentage. This is about as routine as it gets. Diaz gathers and decided he wanted to throw one 100 miles an hour across the infield off the top of the glove. It went in the camera well and bounced back out, and that's the reason why Mitch Haniger is going to get the extra base.
Got under that throw, and Smokey 6'3", 6'4". Tells you how high up that throw was. Chance for Cruz here. One big wallop ties it up. Nelly grounded out to short in his first at bat. 4 home runs on the homestand, 3. I mean, 4 hits on the homestand, 3 are home runs.
That was interesting. Not sure if Nelson had a back issue or something on that swing. Home plate umpire giving him a lot of time to walk it off. Maybe it was a risk, but he needed some extra time. Keep an eye on Nelson. He has been their hottest hitter.
Healthy cut there. Let's see his reaction to that swing. He has been invaluable. Look at what he has produced over his last 7 games. 6 homers, 10 ribbies. The OPS just out of sight.
A couple of home runs last night, including one in the upper deck.
Worth the price of admission. 1-2. Well, we've seen Nelly play in pain many times over these last few years and be productive. Travis, the second baseman, trying to keep Haniger close. Big hole on the right side. Outfield tilted a little bit towards right center. 1-2 pitch.
He's throwing fastballs and trying to pitch him inside.
Kyle Seager's on deck. 2-0 Blue Jays. 2 runs on 4 hits, 2 errors. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error for the Mariners. Do it again at 2-2. What a different look this Blue Jay club is with people on the DL like Josh Donaldson, Aaron Sanchez, Troy Tulowitzki, long gone, Encarnacion, Bautista, Mark Burley. His team was in the American League Championship years back-to-back 15 and 16. Ellie did a good job to spoil that.
Well, after pitching him inside with the fastball, it's been back-to-back changeups, well-located changeups. Too close to take. Active leaders.
Good company. Here comes a 2-2. Fought it off, and it goes foul. Boy, up and in off the fist, they still got to it.
I'd be impressed with Baraki. His location has been good. His fastball 91-92. Even that last pitch, he wanted to elevate the fastball on the inside corner, and that's exactly where he was able to place it. You can't do much with it. You can't take it. Just fight it off like Nelson did. See if he can make a mistake on the plate.
Pilar's moved a few more steps towards right center. That's why.
On the changeup.
Two away in the 4th inning. Your next chance to spend your work day with the Mariners is Wednesday, August 22nd. They're going to host the Astros in a special 1:10 start time. Round up your friends, clients, and co-workers and head to Mariners.com for your tickets. Kyle Seager doubled to right into the right field corner. Put a shift on against him as per usual.
See how this goes, Kyle. You mentioned the double into the corner. It was on a first pitch fastball that was right on the inside corner. He was able to get the barrel to it, keep it fair.
Breaking ball, hit foul.
I guess after seeing the video and reading the scouting report, Kyle's going to be aggressive tonight. Swinging at the first pitch both times. That time it was on a breaking ball.
When you're struggling like that, you're looking for any kind of edge, right?
Well, I think so. And he definitely has done his homework, so he's aware of Baraki and what he's going to try to do. He's been on the plate 2 times, both of them strikes.
Backs him up 1-1. Angels win at Cleveland 7-4. Ohtani couple of home runs, 4 for 5, scored 3 times. Angels ending a 4-game losing streak. Told you about Boston 4-1 over the Yankees. Porcello, complete game, 86 pitches, striking out 9. And oh, just through the legs, caught a break right there. Mitch is going to score, and Kyle Seager starting to heat up here. A 2-for-2 night as we play here in the 4th. Just drove in his 58th run, and the Mariners on the board. It's 2-1 Toronto.
Taking advantage of an error, a routine play to the shortstop. He makes an error. Mitch gets second base. Primera Supermo in the swing by Kyle. Again, they had the shift on. Nobody at the shortstop position. Almost hits Mitch. Kyle just being aggressive tonight, and it's really paying off for him.
Healy due for a hot streak. Grounded out the second. Pitch. So advantage Ryan Healy here. 2-0. Seager the runner at first. Swing and a miss. 83 miles an hour. He was in full launch mode.
Oh, Ball-Rucky, he's not going to give in to hitters, and seen it a couple times in a 3-1 count, 2-0 count. You think it counts in your favor, that you're going to get a fastball to hit, but he will not give in to the hitter. He's thrown the changeup every time.
2-1 to Healy. Popped it up. Shortstop Diaz takes control. A run on a hit, an error, and a man left. To the 5th, the 2-1 ball game. Blue Jays on top. He does trail, but he's struck out 7, hasn't walked anybody, and his assortment of pitches, for the most part, have really been spot on, Mike.
His command has been excellent tonight with everything. 54 pitches, 40 strikes for Marco, 17 batters, 14 first pitch strikes. So really on his game.
Here's Pilar, first pitch swinging. Fly ball, Haniger, 1 out. Pilar had reached on an error by Segura back in the 3rd. Top of the order, 3rd time through now, Randall Grichuk. Led off the ball game, 1-2 pitch, doubled down the right field line, then an infield base hit in the 3rd. Ball one from Marco.
I think so far for Marco tonight, get an example of how difficult and cruel this game can be at times. Starts the game off, and Richard hits a ball right off the end of the bat, rolling sideways, past first base down the line for a double to get things started. Eventually scores on a base hit back up the middle that was just out of the reach of Segura. And then on the solo home run, it looked as if he had Russell Martin struck out on the pitch before, didn't get the call, and the next pitch he hits it out of the ballpark. Marco was a little bit frustrated by that. I don't blame him.
Good news, it was a solo home run.
That's right. And the other part of it, Mariners come right back and get that run for him. So down just one run instead of two. Big base hit by Kyle Seager to drive in the only run for the Mariners.
Fair ball. Boy, that's a ball. He couldn't get it on the transfer. Tough break. He made a wonderful dive to stop it, Kyle Seager.
That'll be a base hit. It would have been a difficult play. Richick runs well down the line. The good news is he keeps it as a single and not a double. If he gets past Kyle, that would have been a double for sure. And then he just drops it on the exchange. Probably the ball right at the end of his glove. And that's the reason why he dropped it on the exchange. Kyle not happy about it, but would have been a difficult play. Saved him a double, though.
Great effort. Sets up an opportunity to turn two here with Travis. Maybe not. How about a two-run homer? 4-1 Blue Jays. Travis's 7th home run. 3rd RBI tonight. He's got 29 on the season. Yes, there are Blue Jay fans in the house.
Well, he's aggressive. It's going to be on the cut fastball right on the inside corner. Primera Supermo and the follow through for Travis. Set up on the inside corner. He hit his location. He just drops the barrel on it. For Marco now, he's given up 14 home runs this year. A couple of them here tonight.
Brings up Justin Smoke. Swing and a miss. Smokey 0 for 2, ground out to second and to strike out looking. That's hard hit. Reddy has got to play it on a hop. Make sure you enhance your next game day experience at Safeco Field with the MLB Ballpark app. Access and manage your tickets. Enjoy check-in offers, exclusive Mariners content, and much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today.
Mel Stottlemyre making a trip out to the mound.
Right on schedule. Had to come out after that. 3 consecutive hits. You used the very key word just moments ago, the cruelty of the game.
Yes.
I mean, Kyle makes a fabulous play. Had a chance to throw the guy out, dropped it. It happens.
And then he hits his spot with the cut fastball, which has been an excellent pitch for him. It's right on the inside corner on the first pitch and drop the barrel on it. It's a home run. Next thing you know, you're down 3 runs.
3 consecutive hits here by the Blue Jays in the 5th. Brings up Kendrys Morales. Strikeout and a ground out. Ground ball. Here's D. Gordon. Flip to Segura. He knew he had time to get Morales. Inning over. Damage done. 2-run homer by Devin Travis expands the lead to 4-1. Heritage Distilling BSB Brown Sugar Bourbon. You can't spell baseball without BSB. I think that includes a lot of folks here at the ballpark, which is a good idea. Right now, the Mariners on the short end, 4-1. Not generating much offense. That's been a recent trend in this 3-game losing streak. Just a run on 2 hits. They got an RBI single, Kyle Seager in the 4th. Seager has both hits. And that man right there, Devin Travis, he was 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs last night. He's 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs this evening. All points bulletin. Looking for the Mariner offense. Here's Mike Zunino. Leads it off. Zunino, Maben, and Heredia.
Baraki, we knew that he had been pitching well. And he had 1 bad outing against the Boston Red Sox, so he's not alone there. Pretty good offensive club.
Say that again.
The Mariners, they go to work here in the 5th, just 2 hits so far. Both of them to Kyle Seager.
Was watching or listening last night driving home, and then watching it again, the video. Scat Services post-game news conference, and there's 1-2 pitch to Mike, swinging a miss. That's about as disappointed and as bummed out as I've seen him all year. With a couple of defensive plays that didn't go well. Felix pitched well enough that wasn't dazzling. Offense didn't crank at all.
Well, the offense is the part, I think, more than anything, just because they were playing so well, and you know, then the A's get hot through the month of July. They just can't get anything going offensively. So that's been frustrating. And typically, when you're not scoring runs, it makes you look as if you're flat and all those other things. But they have to find a way to generate some more offense. I gave the numbers at the start of the game today. When they have 4 or more runs, they are 44-13. And last night, of course, they scored 3 runs.
Ground ball. Diaz, much better throw than the last inning. They've been thrown out, 2 down. And the other thing too is, you know, you play at this level. You can talk about hitting can be contagious, and sometimes, you know, when you're on the downs, that can be contagious too.
Well, you mentioned it earlier, and Kyle talking about it somewhat. The guys are aware. And I was asked today, well, what happens? Well, what you want to see happen is you want to see these guys go out and hopefully score a couple of runs early, just to take some of that pressure off of them.
Meanwhile, Baraki has a 7-pitch, 1-2-3 5th. Jays lead at 4-1. Sports being brought to you by Amtrak Cascades. What a beautiful way to travel. Visit AmtrakCascades.com. By the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 191, investing in our future. And by Geico, 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports Crew, struggling Mariner offense right now, leaning on Marco Gonzalez to keep it right where it is right now at 4-1 against the Blue Jays in the 2nd game of 4 against our great Canadian neighbors. Teoscar Hernandez, Russell Martin, and Aledmus Diaz, 5, 6, and 7 here in the 6th inning. Hernandez struck out twice. Free swinger. He had a big night last night, 4 for 5 with 3 doubles.
A couple of strikeouts tonight. Both of them swinging.
Give you an idea how good he's been going. 46 of his 86 hits have been for extra bases. Marco's got him 1 and 2 for the 3rd consecutive time. Pulled foul past Luis Rivera, 3rd base coach for the Jays. Tim Likely coaches at first. There's Luis. There's Timmy. Marco struck out 7. He's 2 short of his career best. Maybe to his left. A big congratulations, tip of the cap and everything to the Bonners Ferry, Idaho high school champions. Attaboy.
Congratulations.
30 miles south of the Canadian border. Championship season. Way to go, fellas. Congratulations and welcome to Safeco Field. High school. Russell Martin homered on a 3-2 pitch. 2-2 pitch. Marco thought he had him struck out.
Fastball right at the bottom of the strike zone, definitely on the plate. Just didn't get the call. And the next pitch was a cutter that ended up middle away and headed out to left center. His 10th home run.
Strikeout looking and the home run for Martin. Didn't play in last night's game. Luke Maley did the catching. He went 0 for 2, walked twice. Marco 2-1 here. Count evens.
Change it.
Aledmus Diaz, the shortstop's on deck. 2-2 to Martin. Pay it off right here. Segura to his left, gets a friendly hop. Throws out Jay's catcher. 2 away. Hey everybody, thanks to Key Bank. All kids 14 and under can have the opportunity of a lifetime when they take a lap around the bases at Safeco Field. Your next chance to do so is coming up on Sunday. Final game of this series with the Blue Jays. 1:10 first pitch. Get your tickets for the whole family at Mariners.com. 2 outs for Diaz. Fouls one back. Didn't see it, but somebody must have made a heck of a catch.
It must have. I didn't see it either.
Any more, I'm a little flinchy with foul balls.
Fans reacted quickly.
That's hanging up for Heredia. Good inning for Marco Gonzalez. Economically pitched. 4-1 lead for the Blue Jays. When we get back, it'll be the top of the order for the Mariners. D. Gordon, Gene Segura, and Mitch Hanigan. bet. Don't forget, stick around after the game for Mariners postgame presented by Alaska Airlines. Here we go. Third time through the order. Gordon, Segura, and Henniger against Ryan Borucki. Young left-hander, 24 years old, 6'4", 175. Throws a breaking ball for a strike. He's 0-2 entering tonight's game in 6 starts with a 2.83 ERA. Tonight, D is grounded out to first and bounced into a double play.
It starts him with a couple of breaking balls. Which in the 0-2 start, you can tell by his ERA that just hasn't had much luck. A 2.83, he's really pitched well overall.
Faced some good teams too. 1-1. Stayed with the breaking ball, 1-2. Mariners down here, 4-1. Meanwhile, Oakland at home playing Detroit, top of the 7th. Blaine Hardy of Detroit's got a no-no through 6. And Brett Anderson, a 2-hitter to this point. Did he go? Did not, says Tim Timmons. 2-2. Gordon 1 for 3 in last night's game. John Gibbons wasn't kidding when he was saying this kid can work at a burly pace.
He's working quickly. He's throwing strikes. He's mixing it up, basically going back and forth with his fastball changeup. The breaking ball, trying to break that out. Third time through the lineup. He's thrown 3 of them to D. Gordon so far.
Gene Segura is on deck. He's 0 for 2.
Hardy from Edmonds Woodway High School, Lewis and Clark State. He's having a good night pitching against the A's.
Off the glove of Borucki. The shortstop is there. Diaz throws him out. 1-6-3. And that'll bring up Gene Segura. Something's got to give right here. He's one of the top and has been top hitters in the American League. 5th entering tonight's ball game, but he's 0 for his last 11. Strike 1. Almost like a quick pitch there. Came out of that. It was windup, right? It came out a little bit quicker.
Yeah, and I think he was reaching back for a little extra on his fastball, knowing that he was going to pitch him inside.
Two and 1. 4 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors for the Blue Jays. A run on 2 hits, both to Kyle Seager, and 1 error. 2-1. Fights it off down the line. Foul ball. Pritchett gave him a good chase. Here tomorrow night, Sunday afternoon, then the Mariners hit the road, and it's a long road trip. Root Sports will have the Monday, Tuesday games. Facebook, that's at Texas. Wednesday, Facebook will broadcast that game, and then we go to Houston for 4, Oakland for 3. Down the line. Oh, smothered by Drury. Gets out. Gee, too much speed. That'll be a base hit.
Maybe that'll get him started. Infield base hit. 3rd hit for the Mariners tonight, right down the line.
Familiar territory for you right there, kicking up all the dirt and everything.
Yeah, and you know that you have to get rid of it quickly because Gene can get down the line. That's why he tried to throw him out from his knee. He had time to get back to his feet.
Brings up Mitch Haniger, popped out the first, reached on a throwing error by Diaz and scored in the 4th on the RBI single by Seager. Mitch with 69 runs batted in, 6th in the American League. 1-1. Nelson Cruz on deck. Two and one, third time through, particularly these guys now. You got Haniger, Cruz, Seager, Healy, big boys in the middle. Any particular game plan they have now? Third time up against Barucki?
Well, he's really mixed it up, but I think the one thing that he has done consistently is when he's been in the hitter's count, 2-0, 3-1 especially, he will go to his changeup. He has not given in with the fastball. He's picked up a couple of outs trying to be aggressive. And outside of that, he just mixed it up. He's using both sides of the plate. As we talked about, he has pitched well, and you have to be impressed with the young man. A 2.83 coming into the ball game. And he's thrown his breaking ball a little bit, but it's just been to the left-handed hitters. Gordon has seen it a number of times. Kyle Seager has seen it once. The righties, he's just stayed fastball changeup.
2-2. Goes the other way. Base hit for Mitch Haniger. Seager will hold at second with one out. That'll bring the tying run to the plate, Nelson Cruz.
And that's always a good plan when you have a pitcher out there that is mixing it up and using both sides of the plate. Probably think more up the middle the other way and not try to do too much, and that's exactly what happens right here. Fastball borderline on the outside corner, but it's elevated for him, and he doesn't miss it. Primera Supermo and the swing by Haniger.
Boy, he had good release there, didn't he? Good extension.
And that top hand coming off the bat, that keeps him from rolling over on the pitch.
Here's Nelly, ground out to short, fly to center. He represents the tying run. A little buzz of anticipation in the building here. One 1-0 to Cruz. Caught in between.
He's borderline up.
Good speed out there, Segura and Haniger. Popped it up. Smoke. No play. So Hardy lost his no-hitter bid. And Laurie gets an infield single. Still no score, Detroit and Oakland. Ted Lowry, what a year he's had. Ball and 2 strikes with 2 men aboard. 4-1 Jays. 2-2. Mariners did not take batting practice before tonight's game. You've seen that work both ways, right? I mean, you're slumping like crazy, can't buy a hit, can't catch a break.
Trying to change things up. Some of them probably hit, but they hit in the tunnels underneath. Nobody hit on the field today. We do that from time to time. Things just aren't working, and just try something different. Scott has already mixed up the lineup a few times, trying to get these guys going.
And how many times did they just show up? Half hour before the game, man.
Sometimes you just try anything.
Yep. Well, here we go. 3-2 to Cruz with 2 men aboard. 4-1 Jays. Pops this one up. Smoke. Records the out, 2 down.
And now the Mariners are 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position.
Coming off a 1 for 10 last night.
Kyle having a good night, though. He is 2 for 2. He's driven in the 1 run for the Mariners. Hit a double down in the right field corner. They picked up a base hit going against the shift. He's hit in the left field.
It's been a while since he went deep, too. July 4th against the Angels.
He has been aggressive tonight, both at bats, ready to hit.
Two outs and 2 on. Mike Malinsky on the call. Tacoma's on, ball 1. To Kyle. On drive and right to Randall Grichuk. Talk about hard luck. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. 6 complete, 4-1 Jays. Seattle Mariners baseball here in Root Sports, brought to you by Safeco Insurance. Find a local agent at safeco.com. 2 more. And by Columbia Winery. Join the Mariners and Columbia in supporting and celebrating Washington Wine Month this August. Hope you're enjoying your Friday night wherever you're viewing from in the Great Pacific Northwest or in other environments. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew. Mariners offense. Kyle Seager hit the daylights out of the ball and went right to somebody. It's been that kind of run
when
right
you're
now.
struggling, that happens.
Man, oh man. He's got 2 hits for his baby girl. He tried to hit a home run. It came up empty.
He squared it up there. That's all you can do as a hitter, and unfortunately it was right at the right fielder. But when you're struggling to score runs, that's kind of what happens. You struggle to swing the bats, you have some poor ABs, and then when you put one together, it's right at somebody. Just have to hang in there.
8-9-1. And as you well know, what is it, 50 to 51 games after tonight. A lot of big contests as Drury fouls one off on 1. It'll be Drury, Pilar, and Grichuk. 8-9-1 here for the Jays in the 7th. Jays ended a 3-game losing streak last night with a 7-3 win in the series opener. How about Hostjob? Basically just got off the bus.
Yeah, he was here an hour before the game.
Line drive left field. Here comes Heredia. Makes the play. Yeah, I mean, he gets off the bus and throws 6 innings of 4-hit shutout ball, striking out 1, walking 1, Kane 5. And make your voice heard. Nominate your favorite plays of the week by tweeting us using the hashtag RootFanFave. Watch the Mariners pregame show every Sunday to find out your favorite fan plays of the week. Plus, each month, one lucky fan's going to win a Coors Light Yeti cooler just for participating. For official rules, visit rootsports.com. Here's Pilar. First pitch swinging, popped it up, playable. D outshouts Gene. 2 outs. Top of the order, and Grichuk 3 for 3 tonight. Mariners coming to bat in the home 7th. Keely, Zunino, and Maben. There's 4 hits, 2 of them to Kyle Seager. 1 to Segura, 1 to Haniger. That hurt. Been a bad like 3-4 weeks for Mike, right?
Doesn't seem to phase him, though.
Nonetheless, I mean, those are some resounding hits.
Direct contact.
Man.
We'll typically just shake it off. No problem for him.
Tell you what, he's fortunate that he can
You're
absorb.
right about that.
That he can absorb that and just keep on pushing through. Ground ball, foul.
That's a good curveball.
Because we've seen other guys might take standing 8 counts.
Including some umpires.
Yeah. Take the time if you need it. No hurry. Fly ball for Haniger. Sure was. 1, 2, 3, 7th. Get the young man some help. It's 4-1 Toronto. can do with a win from Washington's lottery. Play today. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports Crew were just remarking about Mike Zunino. I got to ask him. I know I did years ago. He had to have been a center or a guard in football because it's the punishment he takes and just comes right back like it's nothing.
You have to feel that he probably dished out some punishment too.
Oh, I'm with you on
I
that.
don't think you want to run into him.
No. And actually, he's probably been a heck of a middle linebacker. So I'm kind of strong. Great to have him back healthy. Brian Healy's going to lead it off here in the 7th. 4-1. The Mariners only run a Kyle Seager 2-out RBI single in the 4th. Just 4 hits. Healy showing bunt. Ball 1. Healy 0 for 2. Ground out to second. Popped to short. Seager's hit the ball hard 3 times. 2 for 3. Infield hit for Segura that broke an 0 for 11. There's a strike, 1-1. And the other hit, Mitch Haniger, solid base hit to right. Just 4 knocks tonight for the Mariners. And Ryan Barucki really throwing the ball well. This one fouled back. John Gibbons telling me yesterday he's skipper for the Blue Jays, and Buck Martinez even added too that asked Barucki to take a leadership role with this young pitching staff. Some of the guys have moved on. Jay Happ has moved on to the Yankees. Injuries and whatnot. Swing and a miss. Healy goes down. That's the second strikeout for Barucki. Hey fans, our annual Ultimate Fan Contest has officially returned. Root Sports will be looking for the ultimate fan in the state of Washington throughout the month of August. So send us a photo and story on our website at rootsports.com/ultimate-fan, and you could win a VIP trip for 2 to Seattle in September, personalized jersey, and more. For official rules, visit rootsports.com. Here's Mike Z. Way out front. Strike 1.
Starts him with a changeup.
Mike was the first strikeout victim.
87 pitches. His season high is 107.
He's out in front of Mike 0-2. Luke Vincent heating up for the Mariners. Ocasio on the DL. Jason Bradford brought back to the ball club. The 0-2.
Barucki just back and forth, speed him up, slow him back down. Fastball pitching inside just enough at the top of the zone from time to time, and really good changeup tonight.
And this is a 24-year-old kid here. Line drive that stays fair. No, sir. Tigers and Athletics bottom 8 still no score. That's in Oakland. Tigers have knocked out just 3 hits, a 1-hitter. 1 hit for the Athletics. Earlier today, Rick Porcello went the distance. A root going performance. 86 pitches. 4-1 over the Yankees.
Retired the last 21 batters he faced.
Looking good. 0-2. Way inside. A brisk 2 hours and 15 minutes for that contest. What about this matchup? Rockies and Brewers 5-3. Brewers win that one. Look at it inside 2-2. We'll see the Diamondbacks later on this month. They lead 6-3 at home against the Giants. 2-2 to Mike Zunino. Mariners need runs. Some foul back.
Good battle. 7 pitches so far.
Astros lead the Dodgers top 6 in LA 2-1. Two to Zunino. Full count. Cameron Maben on deck. Pay it off right here. Foul back again. Long AB.
we'll see at least 10 pitches in this at bat.
Popped it up. Russell Martin under it. Two outs here in the Mariners' seventh. In that Houston 2-1 lead, Verlander threw 5, 3 hits, 1 run, 11 strikeouts. Going against Wood, who's 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, and 3 Ks. 2 outs here in the seventh for Maben. Reached on an error by the third baseman Drury, and a ground out to short. Bouncing ball played there by Drury. And another quick and a fish hit inning by Ryan Borucki in search of his first win. He's got a 4-1 lead. Here comes Nick Vincent. Proud to call it home here, Safeco Field in Seattle. Marco Gonzalez, fine performance tonight, just didn't get enough run support.
7 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs they were earned, a couple of home runs off of Marco tonight. Didn't walk anybody, 7 strikeouts, 83 pitches, 63 strikes. A lot of quality strikes from Marco tonight.
Take a look at our Beacon Plumbing call to the pen.
Nick Vincent, 37 appearances on the year, a 4.68 ERA, 32 2/3. He has 32 strikeouts, bonusing .250 against Nick. Average fastball at 90 miles an hour, cutter, slider to go with it.
Waiting for the clock to wind down. Nick got ready in a hurry.
He was ready to go.
8th inning, 2-3-4 in the order. Devin Travis has had a night. RBI single, strikeout, and a 2-run homer. First pitch, drives one, gap. Haniger, no, make it Maben. We said the long strider. Nice catch. And we take a look at our Columbia Bank difference of the game, and once again it's Mr. Travis. First pitch, man aboard. That was in the 5th. And that's home run number 7. He's driven in 3 tonight, gives him 29 on the season. Justin Smoke, switch hitter, turns around here against righty Nick Vincent. Big Smokey ground out to second, strikeout looking, and a hard hit base hit to left. 4 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors for Toronto. 1 on 4 hits, 1 error for the Mariners.
Needs to make a quality pitch right here behind 2-0. Smoked the 17 home runs on the year.
Hit it hard right to Healy. Two outs. Mike Vincent last pitched on Wednesday, gave up a 3-run homer to Max Stassi. So far so good on the bounce back. You gotta love relievers, man. They gotta have, like DBs, you gotta have short memories.
You really do. It's a tough job.
30,715 on hand here tonight. Here's Morales. Turns around against Nick. Line drive right at Guillermo. Efficient inning by Nick. Well done. Time running short on the Mariners. Need some hits, need some runs, need them in bunches. Heredia, Gordon, and Segura coming up. Every Mariners win by Jack in the Box this season. A Mariners double play means free jumbo jacks from Jack in the Box. By CenturyLink, connecting you to the power of the digital world. And by BNSF Railway, sponsor of the BNSF Blast. Time-lapse photography. Curtis Wilson, our producer, he set that up a few hours ago, and it came out just right, big fella. Guillermo Heredia, hard hitting line drive to center in the third, a ground out the second and the fifth. And here's a rarity, Mike. You see a starter actually pitching into the 8th inning.
That is rare. 100 pitches for him again, a season high 107. Right-hander getting loose in the bullpen.
Tell you what, you look at this Barucki kid and down in Tampa Bay, the kid that's right here, Shoreline.
Snell?
Yeah, Blake Snell.
Yep.
2 really talented young left-handers in the American League.
It's a little bit different. Good changeup. Good fastball at 92. Snell, his fastball is going to be in the upper 90s.
Both of them get it done in their own way. 2-2. Guillermo line. Wow.
Tough
Again.
luck tonight.
Man, oh man. How many? Line drive right at him. At him balls. Guillermo's hit the ball hard twice tonight.
Yeah, solid line drive, but right at him. Travis, the second baseman, barely has to move.
So that one, Guillermo's got 2. Seager hit one hard right in the right fielder. Boy, oh boy.
His 4th time through the lineup. You're looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 3. Put the ball on the ground all 3 times.
Blue Jays got on the board in the first inning. Leadoff double Grichuk, RBI Travis. Scored again in the 4th, a Russell Martin home run. And then Grichuk in the 5th got on, and a home run by Travis, accounting for the 4 scores. Mariners got their run in the 4th and a Seager RBI single. D behind 0-2, and he barely stays alive there.
The breaking ball off the plate away. That's a piece of it.
Mariners trying to end a 3-game losing streak. Big bender, did he go? Did not, as they check with Tim Timmons.
Go, G!
Here comes the 1-2. Off the fist. Travis for the out, 2 away. Jason Bradford just recalled a few hours ago. Heating up. Ken Giles fan club. Ken still punching himself in the face.
I don't know, but he's ready to go. He's been getting loose in the pen.
Is that some of the most whacked video you've ever seen in the last few days in Houston?
Some intensity. He's not happy with himself.
You're being kind. Holy mackerel. 1-0 to Gene.
Talking about pitching in the 8th inning for a starter, another rarity. 110 pitches for him so far.
Yeah, old school. Right field, backs up Grichuk. He's there. 8 strong innings from this young man, Ryan Borucki. He's got a 4-1 lead.
Tink here at the Ford Sports Desk. You ever wonder where the cool kids hang out? Well, the Mariners Club, that's where. And there's all sorts of stuff that you get when you join the Mariners Kids Club. Membership includes a Mariners drawstring backpack, wiffle ball, and an official Mariners Kid Club badge. Plus, all Kid Club members can scan their badge at the Kids Club kiosk to be entered to win a prize at each game, including tickets, Mariners autographs, and more. So if you want more information on this or to sign up, all you have to do is go to mariners.com/kids. My personal belief, guys, more kids need to play wiffle ball. I love listening to Altuve say he used to hit bottle caps with a broomstick.
Yes.
This is like one step up. You don't just go to you know, bottle caps and broomsticks.
All right, Angie, thank you very much. Jason Bradford back with the ball club. Teoscar Hernandez, 2 strikeouts and a fly to center.
We're chasing his fastball in the low 90s and a slider. Starts him off with a slider.
Hernandez, Martin, and Diaz, 5, 6, and 7 here in the 9th inning. Jason looking to post a 0 here and give the Mariners a shot in the bottom of the 9th. They'll have Haniger, Cruz, and Seager coming up. Pretty well hit. Deep right center field and bangs off the wall. Eludes Haniger. And Hernandez going to end up at third. Leadoff triple. Big damage last night by Hernandez, 4 for 5 with 3 doubles.
Well, he's a tremendous athlete. Puts a charge on this one, hit right in the middle of the wall. Mitch trying to make a barehanded play to throw him out at second base, gets past him, and he just cruises into third.
So a triple, the 7th of the season for Hernandez, brings up catcher Russell Martin. Strikeout looking, solo home run in the 4th, ground out the shortstop in the 6th. Infield drawn in, time called. 30,715, a whole bunch of Blue Jay fans, as you can hear. Time now for T-Mobile's Built for Baseball. Take you back to the situation in the 4th. Michael Gonzalez thought he had him struck out on a 2-2 pitch, and this ensues. Home run for Martin, his 10th, 23rd RBI. 2-0. Pitch, needs a strike. Bouncing ball through the hole, base hit, 5-1 Toronto. Martin, his 2nd RBI tonight, 24th of the season.
It's late in the game, you have no choice. You have to bring the infield in, down already 3 runs, and because of that, take away a lot of the range and find a hole on the left side of the infield. Right between Seager and Segura.
Triple and a single here in the 9th.
Take off. Hit and run.
Bottom 9, Detroit and Oakland, no score. John Gibbons, 2nd tour of duty. With the Blue Jays. Don't get very many bottom 9 0-0 scores, particularly this late in the season. Martin better than average speed for a catcher at first base. Runner goes, pitch, swung on, fouled off.
Diaz came into the game last night as a defensive replacement, ended up hitting a home run later in the ball game.
The 0-2 pitch fouled off again.
Barely getting a piece of the slider.
Count 0-2, Martin the runner at first. Solidly stroked, left field, base hit. consecutive hits off of Bradford. See Mel shaking his head rather, not real pleased. Coming up, here's what's next, brought to you by CenturyLink. Marco Estrada goes against the Big Maple, James Paxton, see if he can shut down the team from his native Canada. No, last time out up in Toronto at Rogers Center. Here's Drury, strike one. What an inning here for Toronto. Leadoff triple, RBI single, and another single. Now Drury, the hitter. He's 0 for 3, struck out looking, ground out, and a fly out. Center field backing up Maben. Runners will tag. Martin eases to third. So runners at the corners. And one out.
And with that out, Toronto now 2 for 8 with runners in scoring position tonight.
They won last night 7-3. They went 2 for 16 runners in scoring position. The Mariners 1 for 10 last night. Here's Kevin Pillar, 0 for 3.
He's activated off the disabled list. Had a sore shoulder. His first start back.
5 runs on 10 hits, 2 errors for the Jays. A run on 4 hits, 1 error for the Mariners. The Mariners have been held hitless the last 2 innings. Big cut. Bradford needs a big pitch. He gave up an 0-2 single to Diaz. Runner goes, and off the glove of Zunino. Runner at third holds. Stolen base for Diaz.
The stolen base, the Mariners probably bring their infield back in again. Playing back, hoping to get a double play ball, but with the stolen base, that's no longer an option. Mike's done such a nice job throwing out runners this year, but it's a little bit too quick that time.
Counted 1 and 2, drawn in infield. Runners at second and third. Foul ball. Here we go, 1 and 2. Pillar drives one. Deep left center field. Maben runs it down. Tagging is Martin. And holding at third. Tagging up and getting a third is Diaz. And the Jays have put 2 on the board here in the 9th. Extend the lead to 6-1. Pillar with an RBI, his 38th on the sac fly, 2 down.
Sacrifice fly on the fastball right on the inside corner. Able to get the barrel to it.
So man at third, top of the order. Here's Grichuk. Slow roller, broken bat up the middle. D. Gordon. They don't get him. Another run scores. It just slowly enough.
Tough inning.
I'll say. And for Grichuk, his 4th hit tonight, picks up an RBI, scoring on a play Diaz.
Hernandez with 4 hits last night. Now Grichuk tonight.
Brother. There's Travis. He's knocked in 3 tonight. Seventh man to the plate here in the ninth. They have really opened up a wound here in the ninth. One. The count. Pitch to Travis. Good block by Z. 2-1.
A lot of sliders from Bradford tonight. 21 pitches, 15 strikes for him.
7-1 lead here in the ninth. Top 10, Detroit and Oakland. No score. Oakland had runners at first and second. One out in the ninth, couldn't score. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Maben coming in. Damage aplenty there. 3 runs on 4 hits. No errors and a man left. Big hole for the Mariners to climb out in the ninth at 7-1 Toronto. The Jays put up a 3 spot here in the top of the ninth. Ryan Barucki, 8 strong innings, retired the last 8 men that he faced.
At a 2.83 ERA coming into this game, and he improved on that. A double play helps him out. Pretty good job keeping the ball on the ground, changing speeds. Good changeup. He topped out at 93 miles an hour. But really pitched well. 8 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. It was unearned. Didn't walk anybody, a couple of strikeouts. He threw 111 pitches.
Taking over for the Blue Jays, late of the Houston Astros, Ken Giles.
Good fastball at 97 miles an hour and a slider. Overall this year, 34 appearances, 4.99 ERA, so high ERA for him. 31 strikeouts and 30 2/3.
Giles in 19 games against the Mariners, a 1-1 record, 3.44 ERA, and saved 5 games. He's got Mitch Haniger, Nelson Cruz, and Kyle Seager here in the ninth. Seager, check that Giles out. Left Houston with some bad video in the mainstream. One going off the mound, punching himself in the face, and another one as a parting gift audio message to skipper A.J. Hinch, and I think he was DFA'd, or he was moved within about an hour, within hours.
Within hours.
Just say it was an unpleasantry that you didn't have to be a great lip reader to figure it out. As Mitch sends one to the gap, that'll get down. So Mitch Haniger ahead in the count. comes up with the leadoff single, his second hit tonight, third time aboard. He reached on an error back in the fourth.
A couple of hits for Mitch tonight, which is a good sign. Hitting third in the lineup. Solid line drive into center. It's a pretty good fastball, 97 miles an hour.
Brings up Nelson Cruz. Cruz 1 for 6 against Giles.
Starts him with a slider.
So Haniger's aboard with the Mariners' first leadoff hit of the ball game. Nelly tonight 0 for 3, ground out, fly out, and a pop up. One 1. 7 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors for Toronto. A run on 5 hits, 1 error for the Mariners. Nelly behind, 1 and 2. Giles checks the runner. They're not holding Haniger on. 1 and 2 to Cruz. Did not go. 2 and 2.
4 pitches, 3 sliders from Giles, and it's topped out at 98 miles an hour.
Tigers and A's still scoreless in the 10th. 2-2 to Cruz. Fouled off. Giles, 27 years old, out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Pitch off the fist. Nelly fouled it off.
And another slider. Good battle. 6 pitches so far.
Giles began his big league career with the Phillies in 14 and 15. To Houston in the 16 season. And recently traded. 2-2. Full count here. Kyle Seager on deck. He's had a fine game. 2 for 3 in RBI. Hit the ball hard all 3 times. Here comes the payoff here to Cruz. And caught him in between. Nelly strikes out, 1 away.
Chased a slider. Tough pitch to lay off of. Get to a 3-2 count. You would think you're going to get a fastball, especially since he throws 97, 98 miles an hour. But it's another slider at 86 and not able to check his swing.
So Giles just coming over on July 30th with Hector Perez, a minor leaguer, and David Paulino, Roberto Osuna. Here's Seager. Seager 0 for 7 career against Giles.
He's had a good night. Double
Yes,
down
he
on the
has.
right field corner, base hit the other way to drive in the 1 run for the Mariners, and then lined out to the right fielder with a couple of runners on.
Stephen Piscotty just made a diving catch to end the inning. So the Tigers and the Athletics move into the 11th. Piscotty doesn't make the play. Tigers would have scored. Jays switching now. Drury going over to the right side of the infield, and shortstop Diaz coming back. 1-1 to Kyle Seager, 1 out, runner at first. All Blue Jays tonight, 7-1. Way out in front. Jays are running the first, 1 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, 3 in the ninth.
Ryan Healy waiting on deck.
One, two. Stopped by the veteran catcher Russell Martin. 2-2. Two and two. Haniger, good speed. He's at first. Mariners need a lot of traffic out there. Pitch. Struck him out, 2 down.
Typically for Giles, it's his fastball, but tonight it's the off-speed pitch. He's thrown it a lot.
Gave up a base hit to Haniger, right center field. He's looked good in the last 2 hitters. Brings up Ryan Healy. Last hope here for the Mariners. Healy 0 for 3. Ground out, pop up, and a strikeout. Healy 2 for 6 against Giles. Haniger will take second in difference. Strike 1 to Healy.
And another off-speed pitch. Staying with the slider at 86.
Working, and he's not going away from it.
No, staying with it. With his fastball, he's typically just been up out of the strike zone with it to show him, and then goes right back to the slider again.
Jays fans on their feet, coming to full roar here. 2 outs, runner at second, 7-1 Jays in game 2 of a 4-game set here in Seattle. 0-2 to Healy. And he tomahawks one in the left field. Haniger's going to come around. No throw from the left fielder. RBI single for Ryan Healy to make it a 7-2 ball game. RBI for Healy is 55th.
Finally, a slider that's left up in the zone that he can handle. One of the few. Most of the time the slider's been down out of the strike zone, but this one above the belt, and he lines it in the left field. Bring up Mike Zunino.
Bottom 10. A's have the leadoff man aboard via a double. Healy takes second in difference. Strike 1 to Zunino.
Rare fastball for a strike.
Mariners starting a half game behind Oakland this evening. 0-1 here to Zunino. Fouled it off. So again, the Mariners down to their last strike. 0-2 to Zunino. A run in. Healy at second. 7-2 Jays. Swing and a miss, and it's your ball game. Mariners have lost 4 consecutive games. It's the 3rd time that's happened this season. Jays come in having lost 3 in a row. They win last night 7-3. They win tonight 7-2. Still can't find any offense for the Mariners. For Mike Flowers, I'm Dave Sims. Mariners postgame presented by Alaska Airlines starts right now with Brad and Dave. Fellas.
Well, Dave, Mike, thank you very much. Giles, formerly of the Astros, closes this one out. He gives up a run. Jays take it again 7-2, ensuring themselves of at least a split in this 4-game set. And Val, this one looked a lot like last night. They put up 7, They score 3 in the 9th for extra cushion, and a pitcher kind of not a household name beats them. It's a house child last night. Baroki tonight, 8 innings, no earned runs.
Yeah, it was kind of more of the same. You know, you think about the Mariners, and they're just unable to really put anything together. They mustered only 6 hits tonight against the Blue Jays, scoring 2 runs. One came in the bottom of the 9th right there on a base hit by by Healy. But the Mariners just cannot find their way back to swinging the bats and putting some runs up on the board. So hopefully this situation gets turned around quickly. They've got Paxton tomorrow. Hopefully keep the Blue Jays from putting that number 7 up on the board.
Yes, we'll talk about Paxton coming up. Of course, last time he faced his home country's team, the no-hitter in Toronto. We'll hear from Paxton about that. But another Blue Jays win, and this Blue Jays crowd here at Safeco Field, lots of reasons to smile and celebrate. Their team wins at 7-2. Mariners postgame presented by Alaska Airlines continues right here on Root Sports.